What's up, Snap and Clear family? After a long hiatus, we are back. I'm Darren Kirkland Jr. and this is Cortez Sapp.
And we're here with Jarrett Guarantano.
What's up, everybody? Appreciate you guys for having me today.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. Let's start talking about you and your brand. Give us some backstory. How'd you get the name? What it means to you, Concrete Flower. Because it started off what we discussed as a clothing brand.
Right.
Yeah.
And then obviously it's an extension of your brand of like preparing quarterbacks. So I'm assuming like breaking down film and helping them, get ready for the game.
I like how you put it. You're a QB developer.
Yeah. So Concrete Flower basically started right as a clothing brand. It was something that we were looking at. The name practically came from, I'm from New York, New Jersey, so we were concrete streets. Everything develops from that.
Right.
We were concrete boys. We were always running around. And when you think about a concrete flower, they're so ordinary and they don't really ever grow. They don't ever happen.
Mm-hmm.
So through the concrete, we were thinking about what is something that we can have that's not concrete jungle, because we love that name. We always loved that thought of where we came from.
100%.
So with Concrete Flower, we were saying, you know what, let's have something that we can talk about blossoming through tough times, through adversity. And we said, you know what, concrete, that foundation's tough and rough, right? We grew up in a tough, rough spot.
That's a fact.
And the flower being able to blossom from that is just showing the growth and development and the adversity that it had reached to get through that point. So
That's beautiful.
we started with that, and then of course over time football started to slow up a little bit, the workouts, the tryouts, all that stuff, the NFL stuff. And I said, what am I going to do next? So I was in a rough spot for a while. I was like, what am I going to do? Just like a lot of
Like everybody, trying to figure out what's next.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any clue of how it was going to be or what it was.
Right.
Just like really anybody does. Right?
lot of
We're sitting there and as a top recruit or whatever it was. We're like, no, we're going to the league. We're going to make this amount. We're going to do this. We're going to be set. We're going to buy this. And then we don't even have to work. We're just going to have land and properties, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then some stuff happened. Stuff don't go in your favor. Boom, smacks you.
Right.
So as football started to slow up, I started to get in a little funk trying to think about what's next.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you know what? Something that hit home to me. I've been to 1,000 quarterback trainers. I feel like there's like that niche where I was like, you know what? I want to be the person that I wish that I had growing up. And what can I do for that? Whether it's mental processing, whether it's physical attributes, whether it's mechanics. I said, you know, let me start doing some quarterback development.
Right.
So it started off with very little, a couple of kids. My boy Reese Persida, Vince Dunleavy, like my little guys. And it started off with them, and their parents just trusted me and just saying, you know what, like I want my kid to be around somebody that's done it before.
Yeah.
And with their trust, it gave me a lot of reps at doing it. So with anything in life, I've heard this and I never understood. With anything in life, you need reps.
100%.
So like
you can develop that muscle memory.
That's it. Yeah. So of course I've been to a million trainers. I've watched myself on tape. There's things that I never even realized in college or high school mechanically that I was doing wrong because I never really had that or somebody to really talk about it. And also the quarterback dynamic has grown leaps and bounds talking about mechanics. So over time I've been able to kind of orchestrate myself and watching really great quarterbacks in the NFL, right? I was with Kyler, Russell, Stidham. I was with some really good guys.
100%.
Cole McCoy taught me the most I've ever learned about football in my rookie year. So that was really good. And then I started off this with saying the two guys, and now it's blossomed to 70, 75. So
what
this
a
whole
blessing.
thing, it's absolutely amazing.
That's crazy.
It's something that I absolutely love doing. It's something that I feel is my calling, just not to coach quarterbacks. It's just to help guys and kids understand how tough the position is, what you're going to face, things that people don't really tell you, right? The glitz and glamour, everybody wants to play quarterback, but nobody really understands, like, all right, if you're going to go play quarterback, win, lose, whatever it is, it's on you. If you play bad, everybody's not going to like you very much. If you play great, you're going to have a lot of fake friends, a lot of fake love around you.
That's a fact.
And helping kids understand competition, adversity, all those things, that was really my main focus. And of course, if I would have started this maybe 10 years ago when I was in high school, I would never have touched on any of those things. I wasn't thinking about adversity. I wasn't thinking about any of that stuff.
That's just maturity and growth, though, what you've been through. So, yeah.
Understanding how to manage the highs and lows, and through your adversity, you found purpose. And I think that's the benefit of it all, honestly.
Yeah. No, and it's something I've never thought about. So it was just something like me consistently asking God, saying, God, give me a sign, give me something that shows me what I want to be able to become or what you want me to be in life. How can I possibly generate or pass down my knowledge to kids that are where I'm from.
Yeah.
And this thing's absolutely taken off. And now also, obviously we're doing some of the media side of things, which I've just started out doing. But
Right.
I love that side of it because it keeps me in the game. So football has been a gift from God, just like for you guys. And luckily now I'm able to kind of use it more than I've ever been able to use it, even during my playing days. So
Right.
it's been a whirlwind for sure.
It's insane. I think you hit it on the head because football, I think for all of us, has been such a vehicle. Be able to meet new people and learn new things about life and like just everything about ourselves, you know? So it's such a beautiful process to be a part of, but it's not always been easy. I wanted you to kind of talk about being a highly touted quarterback and then coming into UT, right? We had a very, very good team. I think that was 2016 when you said you joined UT. Talk about that whole experience coming in, playing behind Josh Dobbs, who I believe was SEC Offensive Player of the Year that year.
Yeah. Recruiting wise, it was everything a high school kid can dream of.
Right.
You guys experienced it. You guys had. So it was the letters, the offers. It was the meeting these coaches that you guys dreamed about. It was
Right.
meeting Urban Meyer. It was meeting such and such, whoever it was, Nick Saban at that time, and sitting there saying, wow, my dreams came true. Like, this is exactly everything that I wanted. Like,
Right.
and at that point, it wasn't really big social media where we're talking about 0 stars, 2 stars. Like, that wasn't really the talk at that time. Now this is more so now where they're talking about you can make it from anywhere. But being that highly touted, that's all everybody wanted. You wanted to be that Elite 11 quarterback. You wanted to go to the opening. You wanted to be the best player in the country, those rankings.
Right.
And at that time, I probably was loving it probably more than I should have, right?
Yeah.
There's just things that don't matter, right?
Eating it up.
Oh, I was eating it up, and
Yes,
everybody
sir.
around me was loving it too. So it was like
Right.
made it even probably worse. But having Twitter, having social media, it was even more so. Hey, come to this school, come to this school. So I was loving it, and it got to the point where it was like Final 4 or 5 schools. It was Oklahoma. I loved Alabama. Ohio State was probably the really neck and neck with Tennessee at the end.
Right.
Obviously Tennessee, and then Clemson.
Yeah.
So I loved those 5 schools. Out of this world. Oklahoma kind of eliminated itself because of Coach Heupel leaving and also Coach Stoops being able to step down.
100%.
And there was some other stuff with other schools that I was like a little thrown off with. But final day, Tennessee, Ohio State, still didn't know until the announcement day. And then I had text Bleacher Report, if you guys remember. That was insane.
Right.
Probably definitely should have never did that. But
That joint was wild.
Oh my
I remember that when you like
Were
committed.
you in Times Square?
Yeah,
Yes, Times Square.
you remember that picture?
I remember.
I was like, because we were all in the same class. I don't know if I had committed yet, but I knew, Phil out. I was like, dang, a quarterback committed that way. I'm like, I got to do something like what?
Dude, I was on top of the world. I felt like, I'm in Times Square. People looking at me. I'm like, what? I'm the big
was
deal.
fire.
From our perspective,
That
because
was
I
fire.
came in early, so your picture, the whole video was on every TV in the whole facility, bro. And I was like, this is the guy.
Makes
this
me
is
want
the guy.
Makes me want to throw up. thinking about
I totally forgot about that.
I was
though,
like,
bro.
my head was just this big.
Dude, I was
right.
just
I
because
was
now
like, how do you make that happen? I was like, you got some strings to pull. bro.
Bleacher Report had reached out because they saw my commitment day and they said, we want to really do something big. Like, you deserve it. You're one of the top kids. And I was like, what, let's do it.
Why not?
But now thinking back, I'm like, dude, if I was a junior at school like Barnett and those boys that were like scary or whatever,
Right.
I'd want to knock my top off first day of camp. Like, be like, who's this kid think he is? Like,
Right.
but that was just that time. And of course, there was no shade to anybody, right? It was just something I was doing. I wasn't really thinking about the guys on the team, unfortunately.
Right.
I was just trying to think about who can I get in my class, the class below, whatever it was. But it was a whirlwind with that too. I mean, my whole career has just been craziness.
Right.
And everybody asks me why Tennessee all the time. And everybody doesn't remember the top 5 recruiting classes. I think we had like 3 or 4 straight where we were just loaded. And of course, that doesn't really mean anything. It's about talent development and
100%.
of course recruiting the right guys.
I appreciate that all the time. Like people like speak on about the talent wise, but you have to have the capacity to recruit and also develop.
Yeah, well, that's the
It
biggest.
works hand in hand. You can't have one or the other.
You can recruit 24/7s or Rivals or ESPN's top-rated guys, right? But being able to complete a team, and I think that's why general managers are super cool right now too in the game with NIL because they're really orchestrating team and like looking for. I think at that time maybe we recruited some positions more so than others that we probably should have been focusing on.
Oh, 100%.
like we
and I
were-
think that hurt our depth overall,
Oh, so
especially
bad.
I feel like on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, we had guys at one point playing 80, 100 snaps a game.
Oh, brutal.
And then you get later in the season with our schedule,
Yeah.
it's
No, you
impossible
can't
to
do it.
finish.
We had so many numbers like at wide receiver corner. running backs, we had so many numbers, and it just felt like the team was somewhat lopsided where we might have. I mean, not might have. We definitely needed more offensive linemen, defensive linemen, like those big time positions, right? SEC football is that, and
Right.
we got to understand. We could have a great first six, right? We could have a great first six. But when that season starts dwindling down and it starts getting into end of October, early November, that's when you're going into the games with really guys that really shouldn't have been playing or whatever, walk-ons, whatever, at any school. I'm not just talking about, that's when you start getting into really tough times with winning and losing. Like that's when you got to really prepare and really it's tough. But we had really good recruiting classes. I was happy. If you saw the wide receivers and running backs, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be able to throw to these guys. This is awesome.
I got the pick of my litter.
Oh, I was ecstatic. I mean, also Tennessee had a lot of great things, right? Like you walk in, there's Vol Navy. You walk and you sit there and see all that orange. You see the pride. Like, as a kid, I'm from New Jersey.
Right.
You don't see that. You don't. Unfortunately, I mean, we had Penn State up there, which is still 4 hours away. You have Rutgers. You have Ohio State 10 hours. Like, the schools are kind of far, but you still, even at those schools, you don't really see that SEC pride in those. So coming from up there to here, I'm like, dude, this is amazing. This is everything.
Yeah.
And it had my heart as soon as I got here, So I felt like they had enough richness of a quarterback history that I was like, you know what? They develop quarterbacks. They really do a good job there. If you play well there, you're gonna make it anywhere. So I had my heart taken here, and of course, even still, when I walk and see that orange, like I'm so sorry. You gotta bleep that out. I still feel like I'm a recruit, right? And that's the grand scheme of things. Like that's why I committed, because that orange is still means something to me, and of course, as a recruit, it meant everything.
100%. I wanted to kind of go back a little bit because you mentioned your area of the country, and I looked up. Your dad is a legend at Rutgers. How much has that played a role in your growth and development, and then choosing a school different than him where he had so much success?
Yeah, he was a vital part in my development.
Yeah.
He led everything. Since I was 6, 7 years old.
Wow.
He played wide receiver at Rutgers. He was third team All-American, short NFL stint. He was banged up, CFL stuff, whatever it was. But vital part. He always said that he wanted better for me, just like any parent. I mean, obviously that's not whatever. We always want better for the kids, or he always felt like he wanted better for me. And at that point, I loved Rutgers. I always used to go to the games, rock his jersey, right? I was the biggest fan.
That's a fact.
And going in the hallways, the facility, seeing his pictures up and everything, it always made me feel like, wow, this is home.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, at that time, they had a lot of coaching changes, offensive coordinator stuff. It was just up and down, up and down. I didn't really see the end of the road with that spot right there.
Right.
And he wasn't upset about it, right? He always wanted me to go play at a big-time school. He always groomed me to sit there and go play at Ohio State, at Michigan, Penn State, Florida. Like, whenever he bought home sweatshirts or whatever it was, that was my thing. I don't know if you guys, but jerseys, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Whenever he bought that home, like, he was trying to help me envision myself getting to these places, being different than those guys up north that really... a lot of guys up there don't really play in the SEC or play at big-time schools, right? That's not really, it's not a football factory like the Georgias, the Texases, Floridas, Calis. Like, so helping me steer my mind to being better than he was kind of orchestrated our relationship. And, I mean, I could not thank him enough for that, because he let me live out my dreams and do everything I ever wanted to. So
yeah, he was a motivator, right, and push you in the right direction. And it's a blessing in itself.
We had so many tough days and rough days.
Right.
So many rough car rides about just him challenging me and motivating me.
Right.
But
that's still vital, though, because, in the sense of, having a father figure in your life to be able to guide you and do that, those things. So a lot of people outside in, like fans, would be like, oh, the father's incorporate or doing something but that's very important, help you,
and somebody
guide
that's
you.
going to shoot you straight.
Yeah.
He's going to be honest with you. He's going to be your biggest supporter. But he's going to tell you when you're messing up too, right? And so he can keep you on that right track. And I feel like a lot of people, when they leave to go to school and they don't have that support system around them, and they go off on their rails, and then they wonder why they don't have success, right? And it's like that discipline and that security that you was in, that was keeping you on the right track. And then people were like, oh, I've lost my mind when I got into school.
I was so fortunate, and I don't even say that lightly, because I've had some of my best friends in the world, unfortunately, their dads were every which way.
Right.
And I was so fortunate to have my dad, and he was someone that also helped the kids out in the community, right, that needed that support and needed that kind of that father figure or whatever it was to help guide them in a certain way.
Right.
So, I mean, he was every single thing to me, my best friend, my motivator, my biggest hater at some points. There used to be just blowouts and everything, just like there
Right.
should be, right? Like
100%.
just absolutely challenging me, like sitting there saying if I didn't want to go to a workout or I didn't want to do something, just sitting there saying like, you don't want to be the best in the world. Why would you say that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would you say that you want to be this, and then you don't want to go work?
Mm-hmm.
You know how many other kids are working right now? You're not like, so like he always had that feeling of how to get to me and trigger me a little bit.
Right.
And that developed me into that same person, right? So in college, if I felt like I wasn't watching enough film, I was staying until 10 o'clock because I just had that in my back of my mind, like, what would dad be saying? Or what were you meant, like, what was your mental capacity at that time to sit there and say, nah, you're not going to go to the party or you're not going to go get some food, whatever it is. Like, you really need to study these third downs a little bit more. You need to study this red zone just because you don't know what they're going to throw at you.
Right.
And I don't know if I would have had that mental makeup without him, right? It's something that's groomed. It's something that's developed. So having a dad that's did it in the past and has an understanding of what I wanted to accomplish and dream of, he really helped gear me to that.
Yeah, he built that resilience because I go back and think, 2017 we all talk about was like a really down year for the Vols, but I like to think about my last year in 2018. We go and beat an Auburn team in Jordan-Hare Stadium. Noon game, the sleepy game, but dude, you came out and threw 300 yards, right, and had a game. We go to Kentucky. Kentucky's ranked close to being top 15 team, and they come to Neyland, handle business, right? And that's a lot of what I saw you just continue to fight, right? And I think that's the spirit of who we are as volunteers at the end of the day.
Yeah, I attribute so much to that, for my love for the school, one, how I grew up, two, and just the development and course of who I wanted to be, right? Like, I always felt if I wasn't the toughest person or the toughest quarterback or whatever it was me not giving a nod or me not showing where I came from, me not showing, you know what I mean? Like,
you carried yourself that way though. Like you had everybody's respect. Like, I think you got inside and out. Like, everybody knew, like, hey, JG's gonna show up every day, regardless if he get hit this play, he getting back up. He's gonna be ready to the next series. You know what I'm saying? Like, he highlighted the Auburn game. Man, I think Auburn was like top 15, like, I don't know, they were
a
great
good football team though.
Yeah, and we were going in there. Everybody's like, oh, we're gonna lose. We went in there and won.
Balled up.
Shut it down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like I think when you were talking about what your dad helped you and your mental stability and stuff like that, and your toughness, like, that's one thing I like highlighting because, man, like, you went through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you went through it from day one when you got here. You know, you got to UT all the way into playing and starting. You know, it was rough. It was rough for all of us, but you didn't back down. That's respect. I kudos to you for that, for real.
I never wanted to waver, right? And I never wanted to show people that I was banged up or hurting mentally or even physically. I mean, you guys saw the hits that I was taking. I never wanted to have anybody else's blame on somebody else. So, like, whatever it was, I wanted to take it on my shoulders. Of course, at that time, I probably wasn't fit to do it. I probably needed an extra 100 pounds of muscle to do it because mentally I was going through it.
Oh my God.
But I just wanted to be that guy that just kept going. And no matter what the hit was, no matter what the game's ending was, no matter what the stipulations or whatever was happening with the coaching staff or anything, I always wanted to kind of be that stable rock and always show up with a smile and make sure that everybody knew, like, no, dude, we're okay. Like, I got this.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, probably mentally, I don't know if I did at that time, but I didn't want anybody else to be affected. And that was kind of...
I knew, for me personally, off the record, bro, when you're mentioning about your commitment and about, like, some of the guys, the big hitter guys coming in or whatever, bro, I remember when we had scout team, bro, and this was, I think, with Dobbs as a starter, and you got sent over to be scout team quarterback.
Oh.
Dog. And he got hit by DB.
And during live drill.
Yeah, bro. Turned him on live.
Yeah.
I was like, why the hell? I bet DB was licking his chops.
Oh, man.
I remember, it's like, no way they made him live, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And that hit, bro, we watched it in film.
Yeah.
You got right back up, bro.
And I tell you what, you took a hit from a first-round draft pick, buddy.
That was wild.
That was, well, there's There was 2 instances. I remember all the hits, unfortunately.
that one for me was more relevant because we used to kick it and play COD together, and Marcus too. You feel me?
Yeah.
And Marcus the one was the tackle on that. I remember like vividly, and Marcus felt so bad, bro. And I remember it that was crazy.
The first one was the first day of camp. So I'm a freshman. I must have been 185, 190. Because you guys remember those days. It was hot. I was losing weight.
It was the last year we did 2-a-days. They don't have 2-a-days no more.
I was going through it.
Good old August.
It must have been the first couple of practices, and Dobbs, whatever, was taking a break. And they said, all right, first team versus first team, live. And then they put me in. And I guess the first couple plays, I was like 3 for 3. Like we were kicking, I was throwing a croom. I don't know, you guys. I was like, dude, I was feeling good. I'm like, yo,
trust me, I'm guarding you. I
was like, dude, this is me. Like I'm ready to go.
Throwing dimes.
And they called it's called shock, whatever, inside fades, stick, hitch, whatever, 3-man concept. And I don't even hit my third step. And DB, I got to send the video. We might have to put this on the cast.
That's a fact.
So I'm looking to my left. I don't even hit my third step. I'm still in the air. He comes around the edge untouched. DN, he's what we're supposed to be blocking. We probably like 3 jabs.
Right.
Whatever. Oh, and he absolutely cleans me.
Is that when he got kicked out? Did he get kicked out?
No. Everybody was loving. That's when Hurd and AK were in the background with their hands like this.
Bro.
Oh, I'm dropping back into coverage. That's kind of what I remember because I believe he came off your blind side.
He came off. So I'm looking left, and he came to my right, and I didn't see.
And I'm in my drop, right? And I'm, of course, got vision on what my coverage is, right? And I turn back, and as soon as I turn back, I just hear boom.
Oh my God.
And everybody said, "Oh!" And I
was in the air 3.
So he got you twice,
bro. Yeah. So that was the first. So I know. So that he drove me at 3 yards, and I legitimately had. Going into the huddle, I popped up. You guys remember? I was like, you know what? Everybody's like, what is he going to do? What is he going to do?
Right.
So I got the play call. I'm in the huddle. I got tears coming down my eyes. I have boogers coming down my nose.
not out.
Yeah, like it was over. Like I wasn't even trying to cry. And
right.
My heart was done. Like I couldn't even, my heart didn't even feel like it was racing anymore.
It was in the floor.
So I'm saying the play. So the play. And then the next play, I throw like a 15-yard completion. But after that, like, I felt like just the respect and love just absolutely instantly grew. And right from that point, like even like DB and all these guys coming up to me after, I'm like, this is who I am. Like, that's the kind of the concrete flower portion of like, I want to show people how tough I am and show people that this is what I'm cut from, right? The cloth that I'm cut from. And that was the first instance. And the second one was the scout team when I was a 2, and then they said, "You're go down the scout."
Yeah,
give them a good look.
For like
never
clarity,
happened.
that never happened. You remember,
happened.
like we just did not do that. We never put our backup quarterback on live, and send him to the scout team.
Right.
And I just the setup, I was just like, I remember that. I was like, something bad better happen, man.
I was supposed to be. So I was Jalen Hurts. It was the Alabama week,
right?
And they were like, we need somebody running around.
To assimilate.
Yeah, that's when my
I remember that. Assimilate.
That's when my body was feeling good too. I was 185, 190. I was probably fast as heck then.
I was like, moving.
I was feeling great. My back didn't hurt, nothing. My neck, everything. My legs.
Life was good.
It was awesome. And then you hit like 2 years SC play. I couldn't even feel nothing.
Yeah.
And then so we get the first couple plays. Like he hits me like. It's like way after the play. I'm like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. At this point, then I'm like, wait, somebody told people like to bang me up over here or something.
Right.
So then that's the play you're talking about.
Yeah.
He cleans me. So then I get up, I absolutely black out. I think I slammed the football and I said, I might have been vulgar or whatever.
For real, it was bad.
I walked off the field. I said, I'm done. And at that point, I'm like I was seeing Jalen Hurts have success and seeing some guys that as a freshman, I'm like, bro, I'm better. I felt like I was better than them.
Right.
And I should be playing just like everybody does as a college athlete, right? You're always looking left to right, unfortunately, as a young kid.
Right.
But I'm like, dude, I could be having success. I could be doing this. Of course, that's no shot at Josh. Josh, 1,000% started.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at other schools like, maybe I should have went there. Maybe I should have did this.
Right.
Everybody does it.
Comparing yourself.
Yes, of course.
Which is the
everybody
thief of joy, 100%.
And so I'm like, dude, I'm done. I walk off the field.
I remember that.
I walked from the facility all the way to, what was it? Vol Hall.
That's a walk.
Oh yeah, well my pads. I had my
mad.
lower body. I had my lower pads on. Yeah, I had my pants on. I had my pants on.
Hot.
Oh, I was hot.
Yeah, never saw him again at scout team.
Oh,
never again for the rest of the year.
I walked. Everybody blowing up my phone. I'm like, yo, because everybody knew you don't do that.
Yeah,
right.
And then whatever DB came over that night or said like, bro, like let's go get food, like I apologize, whatever it was, and I was like, I was, D was my boy. He always gave me love and respect because he just always liked the toughness. And,
Yeah, like I said, that for us for the defense. So when we saw that, because I remember Thig pointed it out and we were replaying it, and he was like, "This is." You know how Thig used to talk. He was like, "This motherfucker right here, he tough as hell."
You gonna keep getting up.
Like, man, he's like, "But stay on the quarterback. Stay on the quarterback."
Man,
No,
Yeah, that was definitely one of the most memorable like events that. Yeah.
that was early. I still didn't even play it. I was redshirt. That was like the first instance of course, I didn't want to foreshadow like how tough I had to be at that point. I was like, hopefully I didn't get hit that much, but that was, I guess, really my first introduction, which was good. All this is learning points too, and if I wanted to gain the respect of my teammates, however I could.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, no matter if it was me getting absolutely wrecked, whether it was me getting water bottles, whether it was me watching tape with them, like that was just how I wanted. Like I went into that saying, I want to be able to prepare and make sure that this year, whatever, but next year I want to be the starter. I want everybody to have the respect. So like, guys like Cam Sutton and Jalen Reeves, maybe like I wanted those guys to really respect me and like help me or teach me to be that leader that they were.
Yeah.
And that the best way was, I guess, for me to take licks, and I was okay with that. I mean,
gotta earn your stripes, especially
no
down here in the
matter
SEC.
No matter what it was, like, and if that was that case, then so be it. But I had to find a way, and I guess that was the way.
That was a hell of a way.
My next day is sorry, my back's still hurting, but
I'm telling you, everybody knew about that. I mean, Vinny, the training staff. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that one, bro.
That's crazy.
No, I was upset. I had the pants on, I had the whole girdle.
You had every right to be. Every right to be.
I didn't have the cleats on. I took the cleats off, no pads on, but girdle. I was like, how am I even going to get this washed? I was like, in my back of my mind, I'm like, I'm going to have to ask Hawk to wash it tomorrow morning. I know I got to turn the loop in. Like, oh, man. But we look back, and those are the days.
100%.
I wouldn't trade those for anything.
Without a doubt. I think about that all the time. Like, just maybe getting a week or a day back. Because, like, it's funny how you just, talk about the trials and tribulations we've had individually going through as player development, as a young man, being at the top of the pedestal, SEC, like that year, like we thought, like, I don't know about y'all, like that year was hot. Mm-hmm. Everybody thrives off of the football team.
Right.
Knoxville everybody was happy, great energy. Like, dang, college football is supposed to be like this every year.
Every year. And
then, like, the next year we have a decent season, but it's not what we had, and it just tanked.
Right.
Yeah. And it's just as far as like, it's a very direct correlation of life. I don't know what's going to be thrown to you, but the adversity, you got to be able to continue to go through it.
Yeah.
So I think in general, overall, that whole situation about what you overcame and what you overcome to get to the person that you are right now is successful enough. You know what I mean? So like, we talk about this all the time outside of football, business, like what we do and how it prepared us of being on time, communicating. You're doing media now. We had media training, but it's different reps. Like you said, taking reps. So it's something fun, and also to keep you close to, the ball and everything. Yeah. So,
and how to excel in pressure environments. I think that's one thing I've learned. Because if you performed in front of 102, 455, what can you not do? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's all how you...
What group can you not talk to?
Exactly. And just
definitely.
and carrying that same confidence, like you said, what I've developed, my resiliency over a long period of time. I've had good days, I've had very bad days, right? But that doesn't deter me from getting up the next day. No. I kind of want to speak on that because you got a birthday in a few weeks, right?
Yeah.
What's a theme that you want to carry into this new chapter?
I think...
How old are you about to be? You younger.
27.
Yeah, okay, you 1 year younger than us.
So the key words for me in these past couple of years has just been purpose. And I've been trying to continue to find my purpose and doing deep dives in myself. And this is something that I've been doing for a while, even in college, right? I was always kind of looking at myself and trying to develop who I wanted to be, who I wanted to be seen as. Of course, some things at that point in college, it was always more about how people viewed me, unfortunately. And at that time, you're winning and losing football games as a quarterback. That's kind of who you are as a person.
That's your narrative.
And I could never, at that time of my life where a lot of things were hectic, I could never decipher the difference between Jarrett Guarantano, the person, and Jarrett Guarantano, the quarterback. And that was a super downhill thing for me, unfortunately. And I had to speak to people at the time I was here. Like, there was just so much going on. And it's not, like, that's nothing that nobody ever understands except you guys that were in it, right? I took pause, whatever it is, but I took a heavy load on my shoulders to help maintain my friendships and relationships and make sure everybody else around me was still stable.
100%.
And I don't know if I had, like I said, I don't know if I had the weight or I was able to do that, but I still did it. Looking back, it kind of helps me understand like my purpose in life, and I want to continue developing my purpose, whatever that may be, whether it's for the youth, whether it's for speaking to the media about certain things, about your mental, whether it's talking more quarterback play and helping guide the difference between fans and quarterback play and helping be that mediator with, no, maybe this quarterback was seeing this at this time, and this is actually what the play call was, and this is his progression. It's not that. So I just want to continue to ask God and seek God and help him or help myself get closer to him and find that purpose.
I like that.
It's like and the older I get, the more I'm starting to see myself develop into somebody that I want to become. But I'm just chasing. It just always feels like I'm in that chase. And I know you guys are the same exact way. We're always just chasing something. When we were playing, we were chasing whether it was an award, whether it was a stat, whether it was this. Like now I'm kind of chasing who I want to be.
Right.
The best version of ourselves. And I had mentioned this to Sap a long time ago. It feels like at this stage in my life, I'm still becoming. Like you talked about the two different sides of who I was as an athlete, but who do I want to be as a person? How do I want my legacy to be really remembered, right? And I think that's truly important as you continue to get older and older. It's like, all right, how do I define my values more than anything? And I think what you said, you found purpose in service, right? And giving back and pouring into people that you were like, oh, I wish I had that person when I was coming up, because that could have made a difference.
And I had my dad, but there was other things that I needed and other guidance that I needed that had to relate to quarterback play mentally. There's a lot of things. Right. Everybody always saw me, and you guys know me because we've always chopped it up, played Xbox. You guys know me, the person, like the jokes are like throwing whatever. But the outside world, I feel like never truly knew me because I always hid that portion because I was I'm going to do this, cut and dry. Like I was going to be that. So just allowing myself to be me. And I always, after college, I used to tell my family, like, I want to be the kid that was at my grandma's house and show everybody that Jarrett.
Right.
The loving, the affectionate, like the hat. Like I want to show the joke teller. Like I want to show that because I feel like I've been trying to kind of cave into what people wanted me to be, unfortunately, and that wasn't me at all. And different levels of leadership, like a lot of things weren't me, I felt like, and I just had to be what other people saw me as. And in that part, from 24 to basically now, I've been seeking, going back to my old self and remaining that same kid that's love and joy and talking smack, and I want the world to see that now. So that's kind of been that part of the journey, and who I am now, I couldn't have been without going to the University of Tennessee and exploring those ups and downs and that adversity. It just wouldn't be possible, right? Everybody always asks, like, why didn't you go to this school? Why didn't you go to Ohio State? Why didn't you go to Alabama? Like, I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't be sitting right here right now with a group of friends. I wouldn't be able to go to brunch tomorrow with some of the key Tennessee people that I met, like Mr. Moon. Like, I wouldn't be able to do these things, like meet these great people that I have met and have come to terms with and have explored life with. It just wouldn't have, and I don't know if money's the biggest thing. I don't like, oh, you would have been making this and that. If like, I still feel like I'm right where I should be. And
if money is your biggest motivator, you lost. You can never have enough. You know what I'm saying?
For a long time, probably just like you guys, I was always asking God, like, why does this guy have this? Why is this like? What do you mean? I'm more talented than him. Like I can throw the football. Like I can do this. Like I was always asking why, not me. And it got to the point where I'm like, God, just lay it on the table. Just show me my purpose and continue to guide me. I'll keep getting up every day and trying to go find it, but just help guide me. And right where I'm standing right now is, I think, where I need to be or where I should be.
That's big.
That's so funny because my Instagram name is Y Kirk. And when I got done playing, I was like, Lord, why am I here? What am I doing? Like, this wasn't what I had planned out. And it's crazy. You can plan and plan and plan. If it ain't his plan, it is not going to align.
I had it all laid out.
It was all laid out.
Oh, I was like, dude, this. Oh, it's going to be awesome. I signed a 2-year deal with Denver at the end of the year. At the end of my rookie year, they were like, we're going to have the same staff. They love you. They're all calling, because I had a couple teams trying to poach me. The coaches are calling me like, no, please stay. We really think you can be the 2 next year. Like, we love your development. We really think you're very talented. And I'm like, for the first time in my career, I get stability. Like, oh man, I got to take this. Like, of course, other spots, there were some really good spots.
Yeah.
Arizona, Atlanta, Minnesota. And I'm like, all right, no, I got to have stability. I haven't had the same coordinator and I don't know how long. I haven't had the same staff. Like, this is God telling me right now, like, this is it. You got it.
Me.
This is for me. Week later, we play on Christmas and we get ripped by the Rams and they fire the staff. And the GM and everybody told me that the staff's staying the whole next year.
Tough.
So, you know, so like,
Right. Yeah, that's the business side of it, man.
It's so many things that have happened in my life where I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
What? Like, where's my break going to come from? And it just feels like, I don't know if it's true or not, but it feels like the more that I'm searching in myself and the more that I'm praising the Lord and the more that I'm becoming a better person all around, I just feel like good things are starting to find me.
Yeah.
And it might not be, like, I can be sitting here sulking talking about, dude, if I just had those 3 years in Denver, like, who knows what I'm at? Maybe if I get a snap, who knows where I'm sitting right now.
Who knows?
But it didn't.
Right.
And what am I going to do about it now? I don't know. I'm just going to be where my feet are and just continue this journey of life. And whatever God throws at me, I'm ready for, you know. So
I personally like that, though, your purpose, what you're taking in the new year, because we've associated, you know, like I asked you how old you are. We're like maybe like a year ahead of like mentally trying to figure out what we're doing and what we've been doing. And that's what our purpose was. We got together because we still communicate and talk, is coming with the platform Snapping Clear and trying to create a purpose of being able to have a conversation, sit down with guys, but hey, what you doing now? Like, let's have a general conversation, nothing like too political or anything, be comfortable, you know, have a transparent conversation and be like, hey, we here for you.
Yeah.
You know, we all going through it. Yeah. And a lot of guys have that issue with, you know, talking about it because, you know, like you said, like top of the pedestal. Nobody knew genuinely who JG was. Yeah. Me personally, like, we used to kick it. We used to play Battlefield, Warzone. I knew JG as he's going to be the call-out leader in Warzone, yelling. I know JG when we played in college, JG would, you know, have, you know, a beater. He was driving a beater, but hey, JG had every shoe in the world. I called JG and be like, hey, you got so-and-so in a size 13. I got you, bro. I got you. Like, he had every shoe in the world. That's and, you know, fact. People don't understand that or know that. And we played linebacker. So, like, we were obviously the leaders of the defense to a certain extent. But the weight and load, what you had to carry as a quarterback, it's not just the offense, but the quarterback also represents the team as well.
100%.
Like, that's an important position, but bottom line. So, like, we only had a fraction. You know what I mean? Like, we held the defense to accountability, like, be accountable and stuff like that. But you, in a sense, for the offense and represent the team. You know what I'm saying? And that's big. So I love that, you know, the word purpose for that, because we talk about that, our purpose and what we want our content to be and what our platform to be. So that's really big, man.
And we've really worked hard to really build a safe haven for us and our community. You know, it's like guys go each and every way after we get done playing ball, you know, and it's like you need to come back. You know, we need to enjoy this. This is therapeutic for us, man. And that's why I'm like, I enjoy it so much.
Yeah, because some people don't know. Like, you can't have a conversation because they just simply don't know the instances of what we've been through, being highs, the lows. After that, not playing anymore. You put in so much time in one thing, and now that it's, you know, your opportunities is past you, what you gonna do? Like, hey, I gotta figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And some guys take it good, some guys don't take it as well. But, you know, you having your circle and having that access to talk to people, I think that's big. Just being able to talk. Yeah. You know?
100%.
It's huge. No, it's huge. And a lot of people don't know what was happening inside the building. And whenever people talk to me or ask me questions about those years, I sit there and say, the people that are in the building know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and that's the extent of the conversation that I'll go, and I won't touch on what happened, but as long as my teammates and my boys and the people that know me and understand what I was going through or what was happening throughout, I'm completely fine with. I don't need the outside world having any bit of, oh, it's okay, rubbing my back. Like, dude, I lived the dream. I lived my dream. I stepped on the SEC field. I played at these schools. Mm-hmm. Okay, of course, I wanted to win more football games, right?
Yeah, we all did.
I lived my dreams. I got to the NFL. Like, I did these things that I always sought after. Did it go in the same journey that I thought it was going to go on? Absolutely not. Like, I did not think any of this was going to happen. Right. And I couldn't have scripted this to any sort of play. But it did, and I'm so happy that it did, because I wouldn't have the friends. I wouldn't be able to sit there and tell the jokes and remember these times. And I couldn't without this story and without this path. So,
that's the appreciation that we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, like for me, when I was playing at Titans at NFL, I know you the same way. It was cats in there that came from smaller schools that weren't like prepared or nervous to play at an NFL stadium. Bro, we played 100,000, like a 60,000 like NFL stadium.
It's nothing.
Nothing.
Why is it quiet in here?
It's quiet.
You know what I'm saying? And then even from the aspect that, DK being able to talk and be able to work in business, like I played at one, like a SEC school. We're going to be SEC biased regardless. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple of schools and programs out there that can compete, obviously. But like, that's the best of the best. You got the best fan base, the best weather, best schedule.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we all were able to have a blessed opportunity to do those things, and that's the appreciation and humbleness about it, because you get caught up when obviously your life is on a lower part and trying to figure out what you got going on, and you think back and you're like, dang, this didn't happen, but what did happen. I graduated.
Yes.
I played at a top program. I was a 5-star. I got the opportunity to do those, because percentages, is a real low percentage to even make it to that.
Bro, we're the 1%. And like you just hit it on the head, like we got an opportunity to do what we love the most on like one of the biggest stages in the world.
Yeah.
Bro, you guys said it so perfectly. I say 24-year-old Jarrett was not ready to come back here.
Yeah.
I was so mentally distraught and sad with how I was treated and the ridicule and people not understanding and feeling like not many people have my back. And like at that point I had so much, it wasn't spite or wasn't hate, but I just had so much like distance away from that orange. And I needed these couple of years, right? I feel like the fan base also needed a couple years away from me, because there was a lot of things, like whatever they thought was happening. Like
it's a healthy distance.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. Whatever they thought was happening in the program, it was me. Like, it didn't matter what position, it didn't matter what coach, it was my fault.
Yeah.
Which, that's why I play quarterback, right?
Right.
But I feel like that distance helped me grow as a person, and it also helped this university and the fan base also see they see what Coach Heupel and they see what this staff has brought and the life that this has brought to the program. So I'm happy that they're getting to see kind of different versions and different great times, low times. So the time spent away was so critical for both of us. Yeah. And I just think that right now is just a perfect time for myself and the alumni and everything to kind of mend again. Because when I was playing, I wasn't going out and going to the job fairs. I wasn't really doing the things that I should have been doing, just because I was so
confident in yourself.
And I was internally focused on everything else. And I'm like, dude, I can't go out there. Like I didn't really want to talk to people about the seat. I didn't want to do those things. But now, as soon as I'm going back into this side of things, it just feels like the perfect time.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy with the journey, and I'm so happy with everything that's led to this and where I'm at right now. Yeah. Because I feel like every step that was taken was just the perfect step outside of the playing, So all these things, all the time away, whatever it was, the mental fighting, whatever it was that I was doing with myself, whether it was not wearing orange anymore and sitting there saying like, hey, I'm playing in my preseason NFL game again, whatever it is, like, why are they not posting me in the group that's playing? Like, I'm like, dude, I gave everything to this university, I felt like. And of course I know that I had transferred. I felt like it was better for both of us. But I just still felt like I am orange. Like, I bleed orange. This is me. Like, there's not a school, there's not anything that I love in this world more than this place right here. Right. And I just felt like there was just a lot of things and a lot of hurt feelings at that time that I needed to mend and kind of needed to come to terms with. And without that time, I don't think I'd be here right now.
Yeah, that's honest, man, for real. And we all have to go through that. I feel like individually. I was having a conversation earlier this week, and they was like, how do you feel when you watch UT play? And I was like, to be honest with you, when I first did, I was so emotionally invested. Like, if something went wrong or we would lose a game, I would have to turn it off because I would be so angry, like I was still in the locker room. Now, dude, I can watch as a fan because I have a different view and like perspective from this side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been able to find like people that truly love UT, like the people that always come back, like this is what they look forward to, just like I look forward to it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that my love and relationship changed with it. I'm sure that has for you as well.
I remember like you hear it, you see it on social media. Like I remember every single bad thing, every single reporter, media person threw at me, right? And I sit there and like, or they would highlight a play, and I'd be like, "You guys have no idea that this is what I was told in the meeting room to do."
Right.
And I'm like, but I would go through it, and you guys know me. I've never put anybody on blast, and even after the post game, I would say it was on me, whatever it was.
100%.
And seeing that and going through those emotions, and of course coming back and seeing those same people, I have a certain feeling about. But I understand, one, they were doing their job. Sometimes it got a little personal, and that's where I drew the line.
Right.
But for myself, and you were just talking about the lenses just being different. I want to be in the media. I want to do media.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to be that person that throws jokes or throws hatred at these kids. No matter, even if they are making NIL, I just want to be that mend. And these kids, like, to me, the players, of course, this football stuff, but they can't do wrong to me, right? Of course, like, they're going to miss tackles. That's football. They're gonna be out of their assignment. That's football. They're gonna tomorrow Joey's gonna miss a read. That's football.
Right.
Like. That's what it's supposed to be. And as a player and as people that have done it at a high level,
right,
we understand that, right? Like we understand that this is just the nature of the game, right? It's not like quarterbacks aren't going to be able to get to their third, fourth read that's wide open. It's not Madden.
Right.
Like linebackers aren't going to be able to read this pulling guard and something coming right back at you at the snap of a finger.
Yep.
Like that stuff is so difficult and so hard.
Yeah.
That when you watch it from the fan lens and the alumni lens, you're like, everybody's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Dude, if you were on the field, you'd understand." Like,
exactly.
You as a quarterback, you gotta see through 4 different people and make the correct read on time, or you're getting hurt, and you got to make a pocket movement on top of that, and you got to understand down distance coverage, all these things, and you're like,
simultaneously. It was funny that you say that because I follow Quincy Avery, quarterback coach, on Instagram. He posted something on the gram last week, and it was like a cover one robber. And the second safety basically cut the number 2 wide receiver. And I'm like, he was like, "So tell me what coverage this is." And I was like, I already knew what it was, but the fact to be able to dissect that in game speed,
pre-snap,
and
a lot of bullets is flying.
It's a lot of going on, but you got people under the comments, "Oh, is this?" I'm like, yeah, but you in the game, down a distance, you looking at the mic, you looking at calls, you play clock, all those things, and that's what makes people elite. That's what makes the pool so small. It's easier for people outside in to coach, do everything they want to do. But at the end of the day, you got to put it in perspective in the back of your mind. This is why they're not doing it, or they didn't get the opportunity to do it.
I said to my dad a couple weeks ago, I said, "Dad, you have no idea how much easier it is to watch tape on somebody else." And he's looked at me, and he's a stern guy. Like he's like, "You sound like a." But I'm like, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, do I? I'm like, did I just say that? But really, it's so, and then it takes me to this conversation. It's so much easier to be a fan and somebody watching, to be on the field. Like, I'm sitting there watching tape, like, yeah, we could have did this a tiny bit better. Like, you know what? But this is a really good job, really good play. Like, I'm staying positive, but at the same point, it's hard. It's hard to capture a 3 technique or sit there and double team somebody when their A-gap's showing pressure. Like, it's hard to sit there and say, "Oh, how do you see that pressure when the guy's not capped? They're going to roll a 2 invert." Like, that's hard pre-snap. Right. And for me now, it's easy because I get to all 22. I get to all 22. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to the game today. I'm going to be watching like, how does he see that? And then instantly I'm going to sit there and snap out of it because I'm going to hear everybody booing around me. And I'm going to be like, "Dude, don't act like them. Please just breathe for a second." Right. And then that's why I feel like I can mediate and kind of talk to the people and help everybody understand, like, that's just not how it works, right? Like, you're not going to be able to see that because what is your tell? And if your tell is not telling you,
how are you going to know?
How are you going to know? You got to study film. You got the preparations, these things. And then sometimes, the amount of times that we play games and there was coverages or pressures that I've never seen before, I haven't seen on tape or from that coordinator. And I said, you guys don't remember how much I used to study. And I would study, and it wouldn't pop up. And I'm like, and you got to recognize, and you got to go to what everybody's told you and the coach they have coached you to do at the snap of a finger.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Different.
And that's what makes the 1%. And that's what makes us also have gratitude to the fact of these players. And like I said, they can't do wrong, right? This football stuff is hard. And
at this level?
Oh, dude. And there's going to be blatant things like, like if you miss a easy throw or hitch or whatever, or smoke, like, or now screen.
Right.
Okay. But when it's 3rd and 9 and Oklahoma's coming out with these diverse pressure looks and he's about to dial this thing up because he's one of the best defensive head coaches
They're
in football.
disguising pressure.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
You got somebody mugging. You don't know if
my
they coming or
God.
not. Stuff. I definitely.
Everybody's
take that.
standing up. Like you're looking
Yeah.
at a quarterback. Everybody's standing up. and you're
Everybody's
like,
moving around.
What is
Pre-snap,
happening?
what's going on?
And then you got to trust your protection to get home, and then you got to trust the guys. You got to trust the tight end to be on time.
It's even
like,
funny, like that perspective, even from the defensive guy, like from our perspective, like we have guys like mugging up. You hear in the stands, like, why are they sending everybody? We know somebody about to drop.
Somebody's dropping.
Somebody dropping.
so
They
it has
just
to be.
showing.
Well, it has to.
Yeah, and it's funny though, but it's very humbling and like you said, the gratitude like is really big seeing that from different perspectives.
It's
I
so
think
hard
it's
as
a
a
healthy
quarterback. Like even with mugs, this is football talk, but even mugs or like pressure from the eyes of me here to see that from that and not being able to see. You can't raise up in the sky. Oh, he's 9 yards off it, approximately 15 yards wide. Okay, this guy, you can't see that.
Yeah.
In the stands, you sure as heck can see it, but even then, you still don't really, they don't know what's
Well,
coming.
you're standing behind Trey Smith that's
can't
6'6".
You're just, in your mind, you have possibilities of what can come. Double mug, all right, they can play cover zero. What have they shown? They could play 2 invert. Okay, they actually played 3 hole out of this.
Right.
Okay, they actually dropped out of this, sent 1. Like, they actually sent a nickel that's not capped right now, but they're going to drop out to. There's so many things
Process
going.
of elimination.
And this is at
Right.
5 to 8 seconds worth of time.
Right. Yeah.
But to fans, it's
You gotta get
Why
it.
didn't
you got to get the ball out.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I didn't even take my second hitch. What do you mean I got to get my ball out?
Yeah, yeah,
And that was where I felt where I needed somebody to kind of help me in the media world. Like, boys, like this is what he's looking at. This is what happened. He had 2.1 seconds to throw a football or whatever it was. Like, I don't think I ever had that. So I want to be that quarterback guy that's also stands up, but I'm not going to sugarcoat. Like I won't be, this is a great play. Like meanwhile, it's a bad play.
I ain't gonna hold your hand.
But I'm not going to say this is absolutely horrendous. Like this is a terrible play because I've also been on the side of everybody has
the way
bad
you
plays.
communicate.
You know,
It's the way you-
everybody has really bad plays, right? Like
Yeah.
everybody sees something and gets tricked. That's football, right? And that's what makes the 1% kind of different than the people that never had the opportunity to do something like that.
Being the man in the arena, and many people haven't experienced that, especially at that level.
Tough. No, it's
Right.
tough, and
Really.
you got to deal with a lot off the field too. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, now the kids got NIL, kids got money, the kids got expectations, right? I understand now more than ever. Like, listen, we weren't getting paid, whatever. We weren't getting paid to do it. Now these guys are making that much money. Now that level of expectation, I can almost coincide with the fan side. And I'm like, the kid's making $500,000.
Man,
You might want to get in that flat hook zone right now. You might want to go rob that seed, right? You know what I mean? Like,
Hey.
I'm like, you might want to make that throw on 3rd and 4. You're making $800,000, $1.2 million.
you right.
Yeah.
You right.
That's where it's
It's a very
It's just a different
transactional
time.
landscape, I think, in college football right now. Because if you don't perform and don't live up to the hype, then we got another guy and we're gonna pay him.
you're making money. You're still making that money. So how
Right.
do you not live up? How do you not sit there and say we expect that?
Yeah.
We expect you to make that tackle in the open field on 3rd and 6 to get off the field. And then when you start expecting, that's when it starts being hard for players because, of course, they start to feel that and they start to understand. Everybody got social media, and the people that don't, good for them. But everybody got social media. Everybody feels those comments or likes or whatever, those tags, and they're like, "You stink, whatever this is. How do you not make this play?"
Yeah.
Your eyes are gazing it. So if your eyes are gazing and you're reading, it's going to your brain.
Right.
That's psychology 101. Like, but now you're making money.
It's a whole nother.
It's a whole different entity, bro.
Yeah, man. You have a sports psychology degree, correct?
Yeah.
How much has that helped you now in your current concrete quarterback when you're helping young kids and kind of helping their mentality?
I think so. When I was going to school, I didn't know what I wanted to study. Right. Unfortunately, football was everything.
Yeah.
Right. I came into it. I really wasn't thinking about life after football.
Right.
And my dad always used to talk to me about life after football. You're a quarterback. You're probably going to wind up staying in that side of the field with communications or whatever, broadcasting. And I always say, dude, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that.
Right.
Look where I am now. So I was just freshman year. I went about it and just took a bunch of classes. I always felt early on I always wanted to work with special needs kids because I had my 2 first cousins that were special needs, and I always felt some sort of love to that community that I just always wanted to give back and be a part of it. I did a lot of stuff in high school with them, and I had taken one psychology class maybe my sophomore year, and that was my redshirt freshman year. Football wise, and that's when a lot of stuff happened.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm starting to understand like these pressures and these things that are happening and these expectations and the way that I'm starting to process them and the way, just all these psychology things, the way the brain works, the way that these things are happening. I'm like, I really am interested in this. I really like this. So I said, I'm going to study psychology. And then, of course, at that time, I'm studying psychology just because I enjoyed, and I'm like, let's go with psychology. And I just enjoy learning. I enjoy the processing of the brain. I enjoy the communication side of things. I enjoy why do people act a certain way or say certain things or do certain things. Like, I liked it. I loved it.
Wow.
I get done with school. Everybody's like, what are you going to do with a psychology degree? I was like, I have no idea. Like, I don't know. Me personally, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I like it, but it's probably not going to gear anything towards what I do in the business world or whatever I do with my connections. And then over time, I'm starting to kind of coexist. And I'm like, wow, I can kind of mend this thing with the sports psychology thing along with my different experiences in life and kind of create that platform for myself to talk with my athletes and talk with different quarterbacks and whether it's college or whether it's high school quarterbacks, especially with things like what the quarterback has to go through and the things, the outside outliers of what they go through and how to think about certain things on the field. And I remember being at Tennessee, and also there was a couple psychologists that I would meet with. You guys remember, it was a crazy time for me. There was one that always came to our practices. I forgot his name. He was at every single practice. And after every practice, I would just go walk up to him and we would sit there and we'd just talk. He would just say, how you doing?
Yeah.
How's life? Just talk to me like a regular person, because I just felt like at that time I was always looked at as a quarterback, but it was like my way of getting my feelings across. And looking back, he was so critical for me, whether it was even after practice or whether it was me stopping in every Tuesday, Thursday, before football. Nobody even knew I was, like, before football, and just sitting there having a 30, 40 minute just
he was talking to Jarrett the person.
He was talking to me the person. And at that time I felt like I didn't really have that, or that wasn't, at that time it wasn't the stigma like men talk to me, like it wasn't that yet, right? It was a couple years down the line.
Right.
So I was like, that was my one access, my one point where I couldn't really talk to my family because there was like some things I was like, I wanted to keep away from them, some of these thoughts that I was having.
100%.
And some of these, I didn't want them to worry. Just like, they were already worried.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were already sick to their stomach. They already knew what I was going through. They saw my weight fluctuated. They saw everything.
Right.
A lot of key things that led to certain things, unfortunately, or whatever it was. But all these things happen for a reason.
Right.
And when you really self-reflect and you talk to God and you really sit there and you write in your notebook and you do these things and you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, what has happened in your life and what can you really give back? What is my purpose? And that's where it came from. Now I feel like being able to go through those things psychologically that I went through at Tennessee and in college football and in the football world, with all that stuff, it's allowing me to talk to the youth. It's allowing me to talk to other college quarterbacks as this grows more and more about the stresses of life, about how to handle adversity, about how to talk to your teammates, about how to carry yourselves. And I think that it's just mending so perfectly with everything. And you talked to me 5 years ago, you would ask me, psychology, what you doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I was like, listen, I said, I don't know. It just helped me throughout college because it's something that I felt like I needed.
Right.
But now I think I really found my real purpose with it.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man, because God works in such mysterious ways, man. It sounds like through your curiosity, you became self-aware about who you were. And that was the first time you were like, wait, so I'm Jarrett the person, Jarrett the football player, and then how do I find how I can combine those two people?
I couldn't coincide them for a very long time. Like, it's okay, when I got an Xbox, I was, you know what I mean? I was like ripping it. I'm having fun with the boys.
Right.
But then as soon as Xbox clicked off, and then I stepped out of the townhouse, apartment, whatever it was, it's hard. You're walking through grocery stores, you're walking through the mall, everybody has those eyes on you. You got to act a certain way, you got to answer a certain way. Like, that's not me. Now when I'm on Xbox, like closed doors, like I'm acting a fool, whatever it is, that's different. And I'm in the facility, I'm having fun with the boys. I also have to act a certain way a little bit too, because I know everybody's watching, everybody has a story to tell.
Right.
And at that time, there was a lot of stories to tell, and everybody was looking for something, unfortunately, negative at that time, and I just felt like I got such away from myself. But psychology was helping me understand more of myself without really registering that I'm needing it personally.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to use it in about 5-6 years of my time when I actually have this quarterback business. Then I have kids being able to talk about the quarterback and the off the field stuff. So like you said, God works in mysterious ways. I don't know. It was never a thought,
Yeah.
until maybe a year ago. And I'm like, wow, wait, this is really what's happening.
It comes back full circle, man.
Full circle.
100%.
This was therapeutic, soothing. And it's also, I swear to you, every single time somebody asks me about those years, I say, the people in the building know. So like, you guys were in the building. You guys were my boys at that time. Like, you knew everything that was happening. You understood the tribulations, the trials, all this stuff that we were experiencing at that time. We were still young. When you really think about it, we were still babies, young men. We thought we were way older and had the world. We thought we had it like this.
Man.
But it's so much different talking to somebody that was with you and experiencing it than talking to, say, I don't know, a Kirk Herbstreit or somebody that unfortunately wasn't in it and weren't in the conversations, which I was in, or what they didn't understand why. Okay, like an instance, like when the Georgia Tech game, why was I frustrated or upset on the sideline? And I got absolutely ripped on social media.
Yeah.
You weren't
You didn't
present with
give the
what I
context.
was told with the offensive coordinator and the head coach in the room, what my plan was for the game. Then I didn't take one snap. Like,
They don't understand that.
And as an 18, 19-year-old kid that felt like you just got lied to and you're on national TV, you're not thinking about that. You just
Facts.
And you
just
have
got
so
betrayed.
much pride in your performance, too, because you know what you can offer to the team.
Dude, and of course after it, like I was able to, like maybe like a week or so later, like I was able to get over it. We talked about it and everything and why I was upset. But for the outside world, I was a selfish, no good, like didn't want the team to win, didn't care for the team. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, I just did everything in my single day of power, every single day since the day I got on campus to be this person to the team, and now I'm labeled as this. Like, you guys don't really know me. And it hurt me.
And that's a narrative, you know, just out there.
I attest to that, bro. The Florida game when I got kicked out, and bro, my whole world went down. I understand completely to the fullest of that, because I've gave my all. You know, DK was hurt, Batuli was hurt, Ignat was hurt. I was the only healthy linebacker through all spring. I learned all three positions, and you know, things were happening internally, and that game, the whole narrative got changed. It was like, whoa, like that's not the case,
and that's not even shade to any of like any coaches or anybody. Like, that's just, but that's football. Like
That's the nature of the business.
That's just the game, right? Like, there's things that happen that it doesn't make you a bad person. Like, I wasn't like at that time. Oh man, like. I grew up in an Italian family, like trust, loyalty, like we're like that. Those are like the biggest things.
Yeah.
So when I felt like that was betrayed, I was like, I'm good.
Right.
I'm good. Like I'm done. And that's, unfortunately, I didn't know how to carry myself as a quarterback in college football in the big world of it. So I reacted just like I'm like, I'm cool. Like I wasn't mad or frustrated. I wasn't slamming things, but I was just like, all right, I guess. All right. I was just sitting there, right? Like. And at that time of being 18, 19 years old, I'm not thinking of anything differently, right? I'm not thinking about how I look.
Right.
So just like your instance, dude, like it's not a shade to any of the coaches that it happened to, but it happened on national TV and it happened for everybody's eyes to see, and now everybody's going to label you as this.
Yeah.
And you just created these past couple years of reputation that you wanted to uphold by, and now this is what you're going to be seen as because of social media, because of people that aren't really in it.
Yeah.
That's why it's awesome being able to do stuff like this with people like you guys and with my boys, because you guys understand that whole dynamic.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like they were critiquing the player, and like it sounded like they were critiquing the person as well. And
it's like a little, it's like turns personal, and I'm like, dude, sometimes, and I have a lot of pride and respect. You guys obviously do too. A lot of young men do.
Yeah. When
shots are thrown your way, like of course you want to defend yourself, and you guys know me. I always felt like I wanted to let that New Jersey out and just talk smack and like let loose and like absolutely like tell a person about themselves.
Right.
Gratefully, I never did that. Thank God, because I feel like because sometimes I feel like if I did do that, I wouldn't have the same type of love and respect that I do now.
Yeah.
I held all those feelings in. Maybe I let them out on Xbox or whatever it was like
to
you guys, but I didn't let it out to the world to see.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that I didn't do that. It's put me in a way better position right now with a lot of the things. But oof.
And
I wanted to let loose so you guys know. I wanted to let loose.
That's in-house. That's what we understand.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying? That's the respect thing. We're like, man, we know. And you going up there and not saying, man, you got it, bro. I completely understand.
I could have let it rip so many different directions.
Right.
Correct.
And I'm so happy that I didn't, because there's no, for what? For my to do that to my friends, to my best friends, to the people that I know are trying their best, trying their hardest, like to do that to the university or do that for what? For myself to feel better?
Right.
No, I'll keep it to myself. I'll talk to my friends about it, keep it in-house. But as long as everybody in the building knows, then I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, I always felt one thing that I'll say this. I always felt like, unfortunately, I always felt like I wish that I had somebody or had the guys sit there and say, no, that wasn't on him. You guys got to take some load off of him. Like, you got to chill. Like, you know, I always, like, that was always the one thing I always felt like, I was like, I'm doing all this and I'm taking a lot of this pressure off of everybody.
Yeah.
I wish there was, whether it was a coach, player, whatever it was, somebody to sit there and say, chill off him. You don't really know what's happening and you don't understand how much he's really putting into this and really everything behind the closed doors and what he's being told to do. Right. He's playing his you-know-what off. Mm-hmm. I wish I had that. I always felt like I was doing that for people, but that was always the mental battles. Like, am I doing enough? Am I, like, do these guys really love me?
Yeah.
You know, so.
For that team bonding, that we had your back no matter what.
No matter what. And I felt like I was doing it because I was always, if somebody said something about the O-line, somebody said something about a drop, whatever, I was like, no, that was on me. Like, we could have definitely did better as a team on that standpoint. Yeah. I could have had a better throw. I could have probably got the ball out quicker. Meanwhile, I was on time. Yeah. I was accurate. Like, but
and you fell on that sword, right?
And I felt, and that was it. So, but right now, I'm way better right now. I'm happy that I'm okay that nobody did because it also helped me understand. Like, dude, sometimes that's just life, right? Like sometimes you just look and like you look to your left and your right. Sometimes you do certain things. And sometimes some things aren't reciprocated, and that's where
real spill.
Not looking for the pat in the back, right? You're just doing things because it's the right thing to do.
I just wanted like something like, you know what? No, listen. But it taught me about life, and it taught me about the love, the loyalty, the blind stuff that I had towards this thing.
Yeah, man.
That it's not. Sometimes it's not real, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's just different. I grew up in a spot where I've had the same best friend since I was 5, 6 years old, and that love, that loyalty, respect, like I know how it stands with them, that they would never do something like that. And then you go into the outside world, it's different.
World will chew you up, spit you out.
Yeah.
And be like, go.
Like, go on your way. Yeah. But I'm so happy that I went through it.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that I didn't see it at the end of the road when it was happening. I did not even close.
Right.
But now that I'm there and I'm starting to see a lot of light, I'm so happy with everything that I've been through. I would not change it for the world.
That's beautiful,
you know?
Man.
It's good to hear.
Very, very proud of your growth and development. I admire it. And I think that's kind of what we've been aiming towards, right? Just finding the right people that are also trying to do the work and get better and improve and just realize the best version of ourselves. Because like you said, from what we experienced, we was like, I can't see the other side of this. Like, and then now I'm like, all right, it gets better.
Oh, you're like, wow, this is life now. There's some good things happening, and not that anything good wasn't happening, right? There was a lot of great moments.
100%.
It just felt like there was so much combativeness from good to good, bad. Like it just never found peace.
Consistency, like a middle ground. Yeah. Yes, but we definitely appreciate you coming through. Before we start ripping this, game time prediction, OU-TC game. What you think?
Game time. They have struggled on offense. Haven't scored more than 26.
Dang, really?
Yes.
I know they just got the quarterback back, right?
Quarterback's back.
Yeah.
He had his hand injury.
Yeah.
The way I describe it is he might not think anything's wrong, but psychologically, anytime he finishes a throw or anytime he has to go land on it, you guys remember I played with that broken hand.
Right.
Anytime you have to deal with something like that, it's always in the back of your mind. Yeah. So especially with your throwing hand, anytime you have to finish a throw or do something about it or do something with it and you're around people, in your mind, you could be, your hand, like in your head, you'd be like, oh, my hand's good.
Yeah.
But when you throw, there might be some pullback. So he hasn't been playing as consistently as he started out the year.
Yeah.
I do think defensively we haven't been as good as we were last year. Especially, I mean, last week we let Cutter Bowley kind of have his career day.
Right.
I do think that they score more points than 26. I think it's going to be 38-34. Their defense is super good too.
Right.
Ole Miss kind of played really well versus them. They had a lot of points, but Ole Miss's offense is one of the best.
Definitely.
But I do think they get to 34 points. I just think we outscore them by 38.
Okay.
I love it.
I I agree with that.
I'll rock with that. Dark mode edition, baby. Let's get it.
All black, yeah. And
Yeah.
the crowd's gonna be rocking too.
It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, definitely. So let's go ahead and rip these. We just separate them. So shout out to Underdogs for basically giving us this. Like I said, get to know JG. JG likes ripping some cards. I do too personally. I do a little bit TCG stuff. So hopefully you pull something. We get 2 autographs per back.
Yeah. My hand's getting I'm getting a little sweaty. My palms are going a little bit.
Okay, so all right, you got this one, and then we got this one too.
Is Underdog gonna listen? When we hit something big, is Underdog gonna try to take our hits though?
I don't know. We gotta figure that out.
I know.
I don't know. We're gonna figure.
Maybe like,
hey,
if we go 50-50, this is a good one too. Me and Sap are looking for Bryce Underwood.
Hey,
we don't see.
It's hard, bro. I don't got no cutter.
That's your neck of the woods, right, dude? Michigan.
That's a fact.
Let's see.
Big Ten country, baby.
Where were you thinking about going? Where didn't you like up there?
Crazy
like
enough, I was originally committed
Ohio
to
State?
Michigan after my junior year.
I knew that. Yeah.
And then Brady Hoke got fired. So
he was one of our head coaches.
right,
Yeah,
and then
full
came
circle.
back 2017, our interim head coach.
Yeah, I remember Thanksgiving and everything.
Wild time in my life, honestly.
Dude.
But I was graduating high school early, so I was coming in January, and I was like, he got fired in like end of October. I remember because it was my senior night.
So this was the last second.
Yeah, and so
circle.
I had visits every single week.
Dude,
We got Keyshawn Boutte here. It's a good one. He's a good player. R.J. Harvey for
we'll
the
take
Broncos.
R.J. Harvey.
Definitely. It's
Good,
a patch.
good running
Is it
back.
numbered?
Jersey.
So on the back. All right, it's not numbered. So DK a little new to the card scene. So like the
Yeah.
numbered cards and patches with autos are the ones that are going to be the bangers.
Got Trevor Etienne, rookie card.
Travis?
Trevor.
Trevor?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Little brother.
See?
Trevor. Oh, from UGA.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I like
That's
that patch.
the auto too.
That is an auto. That is hot fire. A Bo from Mizzou, the starting
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah.
He just got banged up, man.
Yeah, man. That was a tough
that was a-
play.
that was a
On the
bad
goal line. He's tough as nails, though. He'll be back for
Oh.
sure.
This is numbered 225.
That's
For
nice.
real?
I'll take that.
That's
quarterback.
nice. Yes, sir.
Yeah, quarterbacks are the way to go. So these have 2 autos.
Me and you are battling right now. We're trying to get.
Yes.
We're gonna see it's the best auto, best card.
See. Hey, I got my boy Joey.
We got a.
We got a
Just
Joey.
yeah, it's just base.
Oh,
It was base though,
man.
bro. That would have been crazy. That would have been wild. That would have been funny as hell.
We need a numbered.
We need a number, Joey.
I got.
Feel like Christmas.
Dante Moore. Oh, I know. I might have to put this on the
Hey,
list.
Marcel Reed,
He is nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nashville, NBA.
bro.
Shout out our guy, Ty Chandler.
I didn't even realize he went to NBA.
Yeah.
They have another. Where did Ty Simpson's from? Tennessee too, right? He didn't. I don't think he went to none of those schools. NBA.
Montgomery Bell.
Simpson from Tennessee too?
He didn't want to be at Vol. Yeah.
I didn't know
That's
that.
crazy.
He was my recruit.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was my recruit. He must have been. He must have been a freshman at that time. He's 23. Yeah, he must have been a freshman. First auto, Krishan McCray. From up top,
Michigan State.
Michigan State.
Love that.
A little base auto.
All right, so how do you tell if it's an auto?
It got autograph.
Oh, because I got an autograph.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Rather-
And then
The colored ones is the whenever you see anything colored or different,
Yeah.
then you try to look to see if it's numbered.
Ooh.
So this one's numbered at 225. So there's only 225 of this color.
Wow, this gets detailed for real.
Oh man, it's crazy. If we hit a Bryce Underwood auto right now, that card's probably going for a couple hundred, maybe. I mean, depending on which number it is, definitely a couple grand.
Right.
yeah, then you just hold it for the draft.
And then you
or
hold
if you dump it.
you hold it for another 2 years. Haynes King, numbered. He's been balling.
Yeah, they
Georgia
undefeated.
Tech,
They're
or
undefeated. Yeah.
Shout out Atlanta, man.
It is
He's
crazy.
undefeated. He's been balling.
There's no auto though?
No auto.
Yeah.
That numbered.
My first auto right here. Luke Hayes, the tight end from Ole Miss, numbered to 99.
That 99's hot fire.
In the spirit of tonight's game, we got John Mateer. No
Oh.
auto.
Oh. I picked him to be the SEC Player of the Year.
Really?
before the season.
You know what? He's got all the skills. You know, like that injury set him back a little bit, but man,
That's what I'm like. He has the potential to be that. I just hope that it's not tonight. Just hope that he doesn't do it tonight.
No, so the last time they came was our DK and I's freshman year when we played Baker.
yeah,
Oh, that was a
Bro,
that was
a
wasn't it?
double
movie.
overtime. That was one of the first few checkered Neylands. Yeah, it wasn't the first checkered Neyland, but
That was one of the
it was our first home game in Neyland Stadium, bro.
And we were up
Yeah, it was up.
like
2
reasonably.
touchdowns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Dog,
And
bro.
Baker Magic in the fourth quarter.
They had Striker at linebacker. They had Sterling Shepard.
oh,
Let's think about, they had Sterling Shepard, they had Samaje Perine, they
Yeah,
had
really good tight
Joe
end.
Mixon, had Mark Andrews. Yes.
That's crazy.
I remember that team. They even had a quarterback that turned into a tight end. That was
Oh, I know exactly.
he's
what
like
you're talking
6'6". He was huge too.
about. Was his last name like Bell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Blake Bell.
Blake
Yeah. I
Bell.
remember.
Yes,
Yeah.
you remember him.
Okay, yeah.
That's
I remember
a full.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy. I remember that.
It's funny. See, next time or next year when we do this again, DK is gonna have his own card collection.
That's a fact. And I'm going to be ready.
He's gonna have all his graded cards ready.
For real. So another thing too is when you get like good cards, like the value, you can spike the value if you send them in to get graded. And it's
Carson Beck Acropolis?
Carson Beck.
That's what's it called? That's I forgot.
I forgot what it's called too.
It's a
So
parallel. It's a parallel. So that's a good card too. Adrian Chillis. I'm getting Michigan State everywhere, huh?
That's a fact.
that's crazy.
He's a
He's
good,
a good player too. Yeah.
So one of these packs is my second auto. And hopefully, come on, give me something
Ripping
good. Give me something good. Come on.
Yeah, a big time quarterback. That's another thing that's crazy about this, DK. Like these cards, if they're not quarterback cards, they're really like not crazy. Like the quarterback expense is
Walker.
insane.
Trent Walker numbered to 350. Yeah, the quarterbacks are the big hitters. Like you. All right, my last pack. So this should be auto.
That gold is nice.
Yeah. All right, come on.
Oh, I got my second auto.
Who's yours?
Josh Cameron, wide receiver Baylor. And now we just knock on wood and hopefully he wins the Heisman.
That's a fact.
One day.
Deshaun Bishop.
As a Bishop?
Yeah, it's just the base though.
Ah,
Caleb Douglas is my second auto.
Caleb Douglas?
Wide receiver numbered to
Tech.
299.
From where? Here, hold on.
Texas Tech. Hey,
I don't remember their record. I want to say they're not bad this year, but I don't remember.
they've only lost one game. Texas
Yeah,
Tech.
right?
Yeah.
They're playing good football.
They're top 15 right now.
Makai Lemon.
Okay.
He's ridiculous.
He's going to be a first round pick.
Easy.
Avery Johnson. Avery Johnson's a good player. Kansas State.
He is a good player. He's got the flow going. Yeah. Go, Diego, go.
Yeah.
That game's gonna be crazy.
Oh, I know. I wish it wasn't a couple days after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's always there after Thanksgiving though. I know. That's what I was saying too.
Darian Mensah.
Just for this, that is fire. He's good too.
I was a big fan of him when he was at Tulane. Now he's at Duke. And they paid him all that money.
Bro, I'm like, just this one year, this game this year, I'm just like, dude, can't we do it another date?
Right.
I was checking the flights and everything, it's so expensive.
Thanksgiving week.
It's Thanksgiving, yeah. We might have to take the drive down to Knoxville.
Oh, we'll probably be here. Actually, we
It's
probably
gonna
gonna
be
in
cold.
Atlanta.
It's gonna be cold.
Freezing cold, right?
Yeah.
Take that.
It's
10
crazy
hours
how the
drive.
aspect of everything, the schedule. I was talking to some people this week about how the schedule is different. You remember how we had like a non-conference game, basically a game working into it, and we went into SEC play. We would open up with Florida? No, is it Florida?
Yeah.
Florida, Georgia,
First SEC game.
South Carolina, then Bama. Then we had our bye, and then we would have like Kentucky, Missouri, Vandy on the back end. Now everything's like sporadic. It's just everywhere.
You don't even know, you don't really even know.
Yeah.
Payne Lewis is a good player for us. He's real good. We need him to have a big game.
Big game. Him and Bishop. We gotta run the football. It's getting cold out.
Oh, it's getting nitty gritty.
Yes, sir.
Last two. What do you guys think?
They get
We
lucky.
can get a good parallel.
We may
We got
get
our
lucky.
two autos though. That's it.
What if they just loaded my box up? Maybe they give us 3 autos. We sitting here for Bryce Underwood. He's gonna be special, dude.
Yeah, that Harvey. Let me see that Harvey. That Harvey looks dope though. The orange one, the running back.
He just had a crazy game last
Yeah,
week.
he scored
Yeah.
like twice, 3 times.
Him and J.K.
Yeah.
Dobbins is a good 1-2
touchdowns.
punch.
Yeah.
Lenore Sellers.
That's my guy.
You guys think DJ Lagway stays there next year?
I think so.
Depends who they get as a coach, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but right now it's trending like it'll work out in his favor.
They offered Lane a lot of money.
Yeah.
Our boy, Blitnikoff.
Yes, sir. C Brass.
Bro, I know it doesn't mean anything, but they updated the NCAA ratings for college football, like the video game.
Right.
Bro, they didn't even have him in the top 10 ratings.
What?
I know, bro. I was sitting there.
For wide receivers in the country?
For wide receiver, yes. And I'm sitting there and I'm like,
Is he not the leading wide receiver in the SEC?
We got 3, don't we?
boys, I had the comment loaded up. Like, yo,
Ready
like
to
I was
go.
like, and I'm like, you know what? Let me chill.
Let me
chill. It don't matter.
That's how it be.
I'm like,
That's how it
I was
be.
just gonna put Chris Brazzell, question mark.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't on the list. Crazy. Joey wasn't on the list for top 10 quarterbacks either. I'm like,
Yeah, that's been crazy.
they got the Tennessee hatred going on.
Yeah, I saw a graphic that top 5 quarterbacks in SEC right now, and Joey wasn't in it.
That's crazy.
Crazy, right? Oh, that was what they do at SEC Network.
Correct,
They're-
yeah.
And he's leading in all the major categories.
Not.
Passing yards, probably close there in touchdowns.
Like, if you, whatever you want to say, like,
Completion percentage, because he's been accurate.
if you want to say, like, talent-wise, or if you want to say, like, who's going to have the better NFL career, like, that's a completely different. But if you're talking about college football player and who's
Right
playing
now.
the best right now,
Who do you want out there to win a game?
you better have his name in there.
Joey
'Cause
Football.
Definitely.
Right, like, especially in our offense right now, like, he's spinning the ball out, RPOs, everything. He's doing
He's getting the ball out. I mean, he's making his reads. He's playing with confidence.
You can take a couple of interceptions away that have been tipped and
But that's going to happen.
yeah.
You know, tip passes and overthrows. That's how it's going to get it.
But
They do love that. They love Diego though, huh?
oh yeah, they
Diego,
love
go.
Diego.
Go, Diego,
They
go.
love Diego.
He's a good player too, dude.
Yeah.
He talks a lot of
Gritty.
smack.
Gritty, real gritty. But
That's what makes him him, though.
yeah, that's him. But we got a couple. We're gonna go check him out later on. We'll get some sleeves. But I appreciate you coming through.